Lord.
One can give up his subtle body.
One can give up the subtle body.
There is no chance.
There is no chance
That one will accept the material body again.
that one will accept the material body again.
Mukam karoti machalam pangum nandayate yat upatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dina Karanam Paramanandamagadam Shri Chaitanya. हिंदी में पढ़िए ट्रांसलेशन।
भगवान ऋषभदेव इस ब्रह्मांड के समस्त राजाओं में प्रमुख थे, किंतु अवधूत का भेष तथा उसकी भाषा स्वीकार करके वे इस प्रकार आचरण कर रहे थे मानो जड़ तथा बद्ध जीव हो। फलतः कोई उनके ईश्वरीय ऐश्वर्य को नहीं देख सका। उन्होंने योगियों को देह त्यागने की विधि सिखाने के लिए ही ऐसा आचरण किया, तो भी वे वासुदेव कृष्ण के अंशरूप बने रहे। इस दशा में रहते हुए उन्होंने इस संसार में भगवान ऋषभदेव के रूप में कई लीलाओं को त्याग दिया, की गई लीलाओं को त्याग दिया। यदि कोई ऋषभदेव के प्रयत्नों का अनुसरण करते हुए इस सूक्ष्म देह का त्याग कर सकता है, तो उसे पुनः भौतिक देह धारण नहीं करनी पड़ती।
हरे कृष्ण। So Lord Rishabhadeva is teaching how to give up the subtle body. Actually, how to give up his pastimes within the material world.
Sorry, I don't understand.
If following in the footsteps of Lord Rishabhadeva one can give up his subtle body, there is no chance that one will accept material body again. Accepting a material body sometimes it happens until we go back to the spiritual world. We have to accept material bodies. But the real problem is once we accept the material body, we also develop attraction for the material world. That is where the real problem is. There is a statement saying some people are called Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means they have a material body, but 100% they use the material body for activities which are directed by the Acharyas as per the scripture. That is 100% they engage their material body, intelligence, time, energy, money, whatever facilities they have in the service of mission of Guru, Krishna, etc. So they are called Jivan Mukta. That means they are liberated even while they are in this material world. भौतिक संसार में रहने के बावजूद वो लोग मुक्त हैं, क्योंकि वो अपना शरीर को भगवान का सेवा में निरंतर लगाते हैं, always engaged. Actually, the understanding is that once we take Diksha, etc., once we surrender to Guru, the body is no longer ours, the body also belongs to Guru. एक बार दीक्षा लेने के बाद हमारा शरीर भी गुरु का बन जाता है। गुरु अपना शरीर के ऊपर अपना अधिकार चला सकता है after taking Diksha. I mean, Diksha is not just externally changing one's name, getting new beads, or something like that. Diksha means offering your body also to your Guru in the service of mission of Guru Parampara, like that. It is not that just like that we change some externalities. No, accepting Guru is the first step towards becoming liberated. भक्ति मिलने के लिए पहला कदम है गुरु को स्वीकार करना। So what is the meaning of accepting a guru? The meaning of accepting a guru is that I no longer have freedom to think the way I like, do things the way I feel like, or decide things in whatever manner I like. गुरु को स्वीकार करने का असली अर्थ यही होता है जब कोई मेरा मनमानी, जैसे मैं सोचता हूँ ऐसे मैं नहीं सोचूंगा, मैं निर्णय लेने से पहले, कुछ बोलने से पहले, कुछ करने से पहले गुरु साधु शास्त्र की राय ले लूंगा, मतलब ओपिनियन. I take their opinion, accordingly I will act. First step towards liberation, first step towards accepting a guru is to accept that guru is once authority. So that is the first step towards freeing ourselves from the influence of subtle body, gross body, whatever. मुक्ति मिलने का पहला कदम है, मुक्ति पाने के लिए पहला कदम है गुरु साधु शास्त्र के अनुसार जीवन चलाना. Only when you are free. When you follow, you are free. It's actually sounds like a paradox. How can you be free when you follow? But in spiritual world, that's the way it is. When you follow the scripture, follow guru, then you become free from bondage to this material world, free from karma, free from modes of nature. Actually, when you become free from karma, modes of nature, it's as good as liberation. Mukti jaisa hai. So when you follow, you become free. But when you become a slave of three modes of nature or material world or material influences, then you are bound. It's called Baddha Jeev. Then you become bound. Such a living entity is called Baddha Jeev. So, anybody desirous of liberation, the first step they have to take is accepting a guru. Now, accepting a guru means what? Accepting a guru means we chant Om Ajnana Timirandasya Mukam Krodha Vachala Shri Guru Paramananda, like that we chant. That means we chant mantras glorifying the Guru, but we also understand that we are offering ourselves to the Guru. That is the main thing, we are offering ourselves. That means the Guru becomes the authority. The Guru becomes that is the first step towards liberation. जैसे when yesterday Maharaj was saying Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to go up on the golden mountain and jump and give up his body, but Rupa Sanatana Goswami tells him, no, don't do that. Now onwards you don't do that. Now onwards you become dedicated to speaking about Lord Chaitanya, speaking about pastimes, the instructions, philosophy of Lord Chaitanya. Because you spent 16 years in Puri along with under the shelter of Lord Chaitanya. So you speak about Lord Chaitanya. So Raghunath Das Goswami accepted. He accepted and he followed the instructions of Rupa Sanatana Goswami. So we can say he was Jivan Mukta, he was liberated. You see, sometimes people get this wrong idea. अगर मैं मर जाऊंगा तो I become free. It's not true. If I die, I become free from it. No, it's not true. If you die, the only thing that will happen is you'll get another body, that's all. But the same mood, etc. will continue. Death is not a solution. The real solution is accepting Guru. Accepting Guru Parampara. Accepting Shastra. So, here in today's verse, आज का श्लोक में ऋषिपदेव बता रहे हैं कि ऋषिपदेव is king of the world. He is Avatara. Aveshya, Shaktyavesh Avatara of Lord Krishna Vasudeva. So, ऋषिपदेv is teaching how to give up the subtle body in this material world. How was ऋषिपदेv living? That is a very powerful instruction. लिखा गया है कि though he was the head of all kings and emperors, but assuming the dress and language of an avaduta, he acted as a dull and materially bound. Yani, Rishabhadev acted in a way as if he had no interest in anything in this material world. Rishabhadev राजा था, परंतु Rishabhadev किसी दूसरी बात में इंटरेस्ट नहीं दिखाया. other than his main duty as a servant of Krishna. He did not show interest in anything else. He acted dull. Dull means sometimes we see devotees are so transcendental, you go and ask them any basic question also, they'll say, I don't know. Who's the chief minister of your state? They'll say, I don't know. I've seen this many times. So many questions like this, which are considered very, very important for living. They'll say, I don't know, I have no idea. Oh, badal gaya kya? Because they are not long time. Like that. So, Shivadeva was like that, acting dull. Devotee, you can't be a serious devotee if you have interest in everything in this world. सब चीज के ऊपर आपको इतना इंटरेस्ट है तो डिवोटी भला डिवोटी कैसे बनेगा? Devotee means interest only in Krishna, Krishna service. Only that. Ekeha Kurunandana. This is instruction from Krishna also. Have one interest in life, not multiple interests. One interest in life. Follow the instructions of Guru, Krishna and Sadhu and lead oneself. That's all. That person is actually liberated. Somebody who goes by the mind, in the previous verses it is clearly said, mind is your biggest enemy. Mind is very chanchala. मन तो बहुत चंचल है, मन हमारा दुश्मन है. In fact, Prabhupada gives the example, he said, just as women, it is always recommended that during that early childhood, the father takes care, they are under the control of father. When they get married, husband. When they get older, children, son. Similarly, mind. Another example Prabhupada gives, hunter, he traps an animal. It's not that after he traps, he allows it to go. Bandi bana ke rakh deta hai. He will not trust the animal. He knows that if he gives it 1% chance, the animal will run away. Same way, mind. How clearly Prabhupada, Krishna, in Bhagavatam is explained, mind is your biggest enemy. Biggest enemy is your mind. And mind is compared to a woman, mind is compared to a hunted animal, mind is compared to many things like that. So, there's a big challenge, how do we control the mind? Prabhupada mentions that somebody who learns that mind has to be controlled. It's very good lesson he has learned. We don't accept. Nowadays, everybody believes that whatever your mind says, you can pursue, it's okay. You have to. That's what they say. Modern day culture is like that. Just do it. Be yourself, be this, be that. I mean, it sounds nice, very inspiring to hear phrases like that. Be yourself, be this, be that. Yeah, if you say you want to be yourself, our original identity is that I am servant of Krishna. So be that first, no? Constitutionally, we are servants of Krishna. So be yourself means be like a servant of Krishna. But that they have difficulty in accepting. Actually, they have difficulty in accepting because they think that, oh, I have to give my freedom, I have to give up this, I have to give up that. Bhakti means giving up. That's what they think. Not really. Bhakti means there is so much happiness in Bhakti. Genuine, real happiness in Bhakti. You can be satisfied internally also. Internally also. Atmarama. One becomes very satisfied internally also when one becomes a devotee. And when one is satisfied internally, externally one is very peaceful. But when it's not satisfied internally, one wants something, very strongly wants, then that comes out as passion in one's life. So one becomes very passionate, endlessly pursuing something material. Like for example, I was giving this example yesterday. I gave the example of Krishna Maharaj. Krishna Maharaj was already king of the whole world. But he was doing his 100 Ashwamedha Yajna. So what happens when you do 100 Ashwamedha Yajna? Tell me.
Indra's position.
Now you become Indra. So he was about to do, he was doing halfway through. There Indra is very nervous. Indra is becoming, his blood pressure, BP, this one, that one is all shooting up. So Indra will go and he's so completely scared that he will lose his position. He will go and kidnap the horse. You take the horse and go away. Krishna naturally becomes very angry. He says, how dare you kidnap my horse? I was supposed to, this is my 100th yajna. Then Indra says, how can I keep quiet? If you do your 100th yajna, then you will replace me, I lose my position. So I had to do this. So then there's this big thing going on between Indra and Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj wants to catch and punish him. Indra is trying to escape, running away, hiding behind this stone, this word, that word, he's trying to run. Prithu Maharaj is chasing him. So there's this huge conflict going on between Indra and Prithu Maharaj. So finally the Lord decides to intervene. It's very nice, very stunning intervention. The Lord decides to intervene. Lord will bring Indra along with him and he will meet Prithu. He will come in front of Prithu Maharaj. Then he will tell Prithu Maharaj, why are you scaring this guy? Poor fellow is running from one planet to another planet, trying to hide behind some tree, some forest, some jungle, something like that. You are scaring him. Why are you scaring him so much? It's okay, he took your horse. It's okay, it was your 100th yajna. Doesn't matter, you forgive him. The Lord will tell Prithu Maharaj to forgive him. And then one would expect that the Lord will chastise Indra or something like that. But that's not revealed in the Bhagavatam that the Lord actually chastises Indra. But what is revealed in the Bhagavatam is the Lord chastises Prithu Maharaj. Lord will ask Prithu Maharaj, what's happened to you? Kya ho gaya? You are the king of this world, I say. You are the biggest emperor in this world. The whole world belongs to you. Why are you not satisfied with that? How is it you are not satisfied with that? Why are you reigning for someone else's kingdom? Which are unko tension de rahe ho. You are giving so much anxiety to Indra. Why can't you be satisfied? It's one of the most stunning part of, actually Bhagavatam is special. But in the Bhagavatam, he just turns it upside down. He turns it and he just says, Prithu. Why are you doing this 100 yajna? You want to be Indra, this one, that one. Then you want to be Brahma. Then you want to be Krishna. What is this? Be satisfied. Learn to be satisfied with what you have materially. So, and he mentions material world is like that. Endlessly you will get and this life, then next life you want to be something bigger, better, like that. No. Don't you know? Do I have to come to teach you on this? Krishna says in that shloka, set of shlokas that come, the Lord is reminding Prithu Maharaj, don't you know that Atma is eternal, material body, material world, material positions are all temporary. Why running behind all these temporary things? My God, it's stunning. It's chastising Prithu and excusing his saying, no, you forgive, stop doing all this, be satisfied with what you have. So, actually, there's a whole entirely different paradigm with which, or shall we say value system, with which the devotees live. Materially, they are very, very undisturbed. They have very less motivation materially. I want to become bigger, better, more powerful, more this, more that. No, they are completely restless and very, what is the right word? Very focused on spiritual goals. Spiritual goals. Can I become more surrendered? Can I serve my Guru more and more? Can I read, like Maharaj was explaining Manashikra? So, can I read that and at least begin to understand the glory of Raghunath Dasa? Forget about following all that. That is a far cry for us. At least wonder in amazement as to what kind of a great personality Raghunath Dasa Swami was. Spiritually, they are always alert, interested, evolving. They are always evolving spiritually. Materially, no. Materially, they are very happy. Something that helps them to make both the ends meet and carry on with life. They are very happy. They are more than happy. But for Krishna, for but evolving one's spirit, whatever evolving, growing on one's spiritual path, they're very restless, they're very focused, they're very determined. So here Rishabhadeva is saying, what the use of running behind all these material things? They're all temporary. If you are a genuine yogi, the first thing you will do, if you are a genuine yogi, the first thing is that you switch off material world from your consciousness. Switch off. I belong to Guru, I belong to my Guru, I belong to Guru's mission, I belong to Krishna. This is where my life begins and this is where my life ends. This is where my life is and this is where my life ends. The service of Guru and the lotus feet of Guru. That's all. So, Rishabhadeva is telling, unless you are able to switch off this whole material, whatever, world from your mind, you can't be a yogi. You can't. So, it is said that Rishabhadeva is teaching us how to live like that. How to switch off. How to be focused. How to be how to be insulated or completely protected from the so-called quote-unquote material phenomena. So that is the hidden instruction that is being given here today. Rishabhadeva is telling. Rishabhadeva had a lot at stake. He was a lot of the universe in one sense. Like that. We have much less. We are not so big. But though we are not so big, we can't give up. We really can't give up so easily. We can't give up anything easily. But the Lord is merciful. He sends gurus, He sends Acharya, He sends the holy name, He sends the Bhagavatam, He sends the Bhagavatas, He sends the great Acharyas. So they very mercifully educate us, they teach us. So there has to be that kind of a focus. Nothing other than Guru, nothing other than Krishna. Like I said, our life begins here, goes on here, ends here, at the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. It's such a tragedy when somebody goes away from that frame of mind. Such a huge tragedy that they go away and they get into the material world, they want to do something outside, they want to experiment with making money or name, whatever. It's such a huge risk. So sometimes you get stuck in that whirlpool, you will not even want to come back. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. Some little success you will find, but a lot of thorns will be there. But still you tolerate the thorn for that success, you think that's the goal of life or something like that. It's a huge tragedy when somebody drifts away from the path of pure bhakti, purest path of bhakti. So, the devotee also constantly increases his purity, his engagement in Krishna's service. So it's a sign of a very healthy devotee if he's constantly thinking, how can I do more for Guru and Krishna? How can I do more? How can I focus on my purity? How can I increase my reading? How can I serve more? How can I? So it's a very good sign for a healthy devotee. Sometimes this material contamination creeps into spiritual life also. And in that case what happens is then the devotee starts looking at things materially within the association of devotees. Start looking at it materially. Why he has more facility than me? Why he has a better room? Why he has this? Why he has that? Whatever. So that material contamination is always trying to creep inside our mind. Always trying to creep. But the devotee is constantly alert. Because then you start looking at your own space from a contaminated material perspective. Why everybody is going to him, I speak better, I sing better, whatever. So many calculations like this will start entering. So here it is mentioned in some of the previous verses that lust, greed, anger, envy, jealousy, pride, arrogance, the different things are mentioned. can't easily, sometimes, very often you can't easily detect that you are contaminated by these things. You can't detect. That's why it's called Maya. Maya means illusion. Illusion means several levels of different ways of understanding it. Illusion means it's very difficult for us to convince ourselves that maybe I'm a victim of lust or greed or anger, unless one stands very sincerely and very sincerely. Then Krishna shows it. Krishna shows jealousy, envy, everything he will reveal to us. But generally speaking, it's not so easy. Generally speaking, it's not so easy to convince somebody that you're acting on a platform of pride or arrogance or envy, pride, whatever. They try and justify. And then this materially contaminated consciousness will always get into, first thing that happens in spiritual life when you have this material contamination, you start doing comparisons. Me and others. And from comparison, different other, corollary effects start manifesting. So, in the spiritual realm, the remedy to all this is to appreciate everybody all the time. Appreciate everybody all the time. And whatever little service they are doing, find some, appreciate them. I mean, you see, let's be genuine, it can't be flattery. Genuinely, I know this man is having so much difficulty in spite of that, at least some service he's doing very good, let's say, it's possible, let me encourage him. So encouraging them, looking and finding some good qualities in them, and encouraging them. Of course, I'm not saying you become so crazy and sentimental that you don't see problems at all. If you see problems, then you report to somebody who can fix it. You don't take it upon yourself to broadcast somebody's problem. That would be dangerous. It's not your job to broadcast someone else's problem. So, actually, this kind of self-disciplining of the mind is so crucial and so important, which is why yesterday's verse, Maharaj was speaking about Manashika, means teaching the mind is so important as self-discipline. And so it begins, like I said, with appreciating. Also become conscious that I may be a victim of material contamination even though I'm in a spiritual association. This can happen to anybody. Material contamination can creep into the mind of anybody. Like Varada, he became attracted to a deer. And I'm already in the next lifetime, like Rishabhadeva, Jalavarata also is pretty, he protected himself. Completely protected himself. Just as it's mentioned here, Rishabhadeva was walking around as if he was dull-headed and whatever, incompetent and incapable. So you can see Bharata, Jalavarata also walking around like that. For the fear of becoming tempted, for the fear of becoming entangled in many material activities, for the fear of being dragged into material activities. So their brains also are focused on liberating themselves. They're very focused on liberating themselves. But actually we should be grateful to Prabhupada for creating a whole ecosystem in which we can live. Not just a temple where we come, visit and go away. A temple that promises you, that gives you the luxury of a 24/7 spiritual engagement. Very few institutions have evolved in the past, in the history, which can offer this kind of a privilege, where you can 24/7 be engaged in activities related to purifying oneself, engaging oneself, etc. So that's one special mercy of Srila Prabhupada of the people. And he gave this opportunity for us. Though we may be grastas, though we may be businessmen, but here's an opportunity for us to become 24/7 engaged, dovetailing everything that we do in the service of Krishna. So we have to take advantage of that. We have to explore that option, take advantage of that. But definitely there's no question of dodging that question. Purification we have to do, contamination we should get rid of, material attraction and deviation, distractions we should protect ourselves from. When we walk in the path, attaining liberation. Again, I am saying liberation for us means not that liberation from becoming liberated from any idea, thought, or project which takes you away from Krishna or anything other than an activity which is directed by the Guru or for the pleasure of Guru or as directed by Guru Krishna, like that. Any deviation from that can be called contamination. It may even be a pious activity. It may be pious activity, it may be very activity which generates so much punya or something. But nevertheless, it can be considered as a contamination and an activity that binds us. Anything other than activities directed towards executing the will, order, mission of Guru Krishna is actually a contamination. It's actually binding. It's binding. So Rishabhadeva is saying he walks around like he's dull. So nobody disturbs him, nobody talks to him, nobody tries to distract him from his mission. Nobody even pays attention to him. Nobody even pays attention, like Varada, Rishabhadeva. Nobody even pays attention, like the Pandavas after Krishna left this world. They just walked away almost incognito to the Himalayas. They didn't want this. What's the point living anymore? Krishna is not there. What's the point living? Like Dasa Goswami said, what's the point living? Lord Chaitanya has left. So let me go take lessons of Sanatana Goswami. Jump off the Govardhan. But when they got higher instruction, it's a different matter that Dasa Goswami stayed on and as per when he got a higher instruction from Guru Sanatana Goswami. Life is precious. We can't allow ourselves to be entangled. We can't pursue things that are of no spiritual value. We can't waste our life pursuing things which are not going to please Guru and Krishna. People may say this is pretty impractical, etc. No, proper sure in this society it is practical. You can do it. You can live like that. Simply by reading the Bhagavatam, and that kind of a society is called Devi Varnashrama. Everybody is directed towards leading a meaningful life. When I say meaningful, I mean life which is meant for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna and Guru's mission and so on. A meaningful life. Why waste it? It's being mentioned repeatedly to us that this is the golden age, 10,000 years. Lord Chaitanya made it easy. Such an exciting time we are born when preaching is beginning to boom in India. So why do anything else other than preaching? Now what about your livelihood? Prabhupada has devised various means in which people who are dedicated are taken care of in this society. They are taken care of. So, the point that is being made is though he was a king, emperor actually, it was pretty clear that he would not. Actually, he is so anxious to hand over the kingdom to his son Varada and retire even more. Varada Avadhuta means somebody who can't be tempted to become interested. You can't tempt him to become interested in anything. Now he wants to take a few more steps back and he wants to make Varada the king and retire for good. And do not forget that he is an avatar of the Lord Shaktya. He is demonstrating how to live in this particular world. We have to understand that somehow accidentally we popped up here. Because it's said it's because of envy, because of this, because of that. But the fact is that we popped up here and we use human form of life to purify ourselves. And the whole irony of the matter is that spiritual life, every step, anandha buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrita spadhanam. It's very exciting, it's adventurous, it's fun, it's very challenging. It's so pleasing to the heart, mind, senses. Actually, every cell of your body will feel so joyful when you are engaged in devotional service. As against the material world where there's so much anxiety, fear, etc. But still they will opt for that. Like that story of Indra when he skirts that he became a pig. He had a whole family of piglets. So they come to take him back. He says, no, how can I leave my children, my grandchildren, my family? We're also on a similar platform. Small things in life which are of no value, no endurance, no endurable value. We are so attached and we refuse to come to Krishna. So Janabharat is saying, make it happen. Cut it off. Cut off. Let people think you're dull, stupid, uninterested, whatever they like. Don't get tempted and put your foot or put your nose into materialistic activities once again. Don't worry about what people will call you. Vishwadeva is teaching us. Vishwadeva is teaching us. The one and the only purpose should be to live for Krishna's sake. And in our case, because Lord Chaitanya is the avatar of this age, one and only purpose should be to live for the pleasure of Lord Chaitanya and the parampara that comes subsequent to the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I think 10 o'clock, Maharaj will arrive here, question and answers. They were planning to have it here itself in the temple hall. Half an hour to take prasad. Is that correct?
Correct, 24. 5 minutes slow.
5 minutes.
Okay, we can, if anybody has one or two questions, quick questions, one or two questions or comments.
Prabhu,
Yeah.
see, when we hear, it inspires. When we go back, not we, at least when I go back, again, we get into the same shithole what we would be doing. So, how to keep ourselves inspired when we hear?
Okay, very nice question. He's asking, when we hear, we feel inspired. When we read the Bhagavatam, we feel so charged up. But when we have prasad and then go back home, it's back into a all too familiar, materialistically loaded lifestyle. What do we do? See, Prabhupada has explained repeatedly, and we can see from personal example of devotees also that they have a strong morning program, chanting 16 rounds, reading Bhagavatam, hearing, seeing the form of the Lord, worshipping the Guru. It can keep you going strong, as strongly as possible for the rest of the day. And Prabhupada also recommended that in the evening also, night also, read something, Krishna book. Something. So, we have no other choice but to have a strong sadhana. Because sadhana is very dina, very big. Obviously, the Prabhupada used the word charged up. Charged up. You see, ultimately, it should be the direction of our endeavor. Maybe midday you chant 1 or 2 rounds, and you put on a headphone, listen to your favorite kirtan, or listen to your favorite preacher, maybe Jayapatana, maybe Rupa, maybe whoever. Midday, put on some headphones wherever you are, listen to something. We have to protect our consciousness. Carry some Mahaprasada to your workplace. And maybe just squeeze in a page of reading or something halfway through the day. But we have to try. And when one is sincere, somehow Krishna will reward them. One is sincerely trying, Krishna will support them. Krishna will reward them. Also look for an atmosphere where there are more devotees who are working there. Like about Varada hospitals, different companies, institutions where there are more devotees. So take their association and come to the temple every evening and morning and spend the weekends here like that. Make devotee friends, call them in the course of the day. Chat with the devotee, something about Krishna, something about some project, something about the upcoming festival. Take some responsibility in the temple so you can keep mulling over it even when you are not here. You can keep. It's so important that you take some responsibility in the temple. That engages you, that challenges you, that absorbs your attention. It should be challenging also. So then your mind is thinking. So best responsibility that I can think of is preaching. And you're worried, that person didn't come to the class, this lady didn't come, what happened to her, what happened to him? Something or other, it's bothering you. So there are ways of doing it. But like I said, one is sincerely trying, the Lord will reciprocate. The Lord will bless them with devotee association. Live in an apartment complex where there are many devotees. I mean, do everything possible to see that you're surrounded by devotees for as much time as possible. And after some time, see, you should also understand that see, when you do this preaching, of course, you're always wanting to receive some mercy, but then when you are taking extra endeavor to protect and nurture other people's spiritual life, then Krishna will bless you even more. When you're taking one little extra step, calling somebody, talking to them, encouraging them, so Krishna will be very pleased with your endeavor. Okay? Good question. Any other question? Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Andavika Giridhari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you don't have prasadam quickly, assemble by 10 at least. Prasadam is ready. Ready like that. Please come back here by 10. Maharaj will